Don't. Please don't touch them. I'll take care of them.
All right, let me give you a hand.
No, don't. No. You're making me miss my train. This salad?
$2.
Well, I'm not sure that I have that much. $1. Here's some more. Here's some more.
All right, $1.52. There you go, lady.
Thank you. Napkin?
Sure, lady.
My salad. That's my salad.
Okay, so there were a few issues that were spoken about in the movie. If you could name a few.
Now, you shouldn't rush when you're doing something. Like, because the lady was rushing to catch a train, she first got and hit that man, for which she first missed her first train. And then, due to that, she got nervous and then she sat in another person's table.
So she got nervous. Great. But if we had to do a character sketch of these two people, what would you have to say? So what was the woman like?
The man was kind.
The man was kind, right? Did anybody think about race?
Racism, exactly.
Right? So what were the two people there? One was white. Right, so it was, I think in a lot of sense, it was focused more about the racism that used to happen. But again, you know, when the lady did not really understand what was going on and she was, sort of upset about this man just coming in and eating her salad. But later it sort of completely switched over. So do think about the two characters that were mainly the protagonists in the story as well. But I just wanted to start off with something rather than just starting the presentation. But this movie, so we sort of play this movie in, say, a class of, if somebody is doing communication and media studies or something. I'm just giving you an example. And then you would have a character sketch of these two people and what are the other issues that are based on. So you can actually talk a lot about this movie in terms of analyzing a movie per se. It was shot in 1989, I think. So not too, too behind. But this was mainly made in black and white for to focus on a lot of things, especially because it was focusing on black and white, racism as well. Okay, so sorry, I will have to start off with the Monash University presentation. My name is Shruti Srinivasan. I work with Monash University. Anybody heard of Monash? No? Would you like to guess which country it is? Australia? Australia, not Canada. What do you mean? Okay, thanks for joining in, guys. Okay, so Monash University, we're in Australia, with the world's, of course, the smallest continent. This is about Australia, maybe. Do you know that Australia gives you a post-study work visa? So how many years do you think?
2 years.
2 years? Yes. Yes. So any course that you do in Australia for a minimum of 2 years, you get a stay back option for 2 more years. We're in Melbourne, so you get 2 more years, but there are regional areas where you possibly get 3 years, but you'll have to stay in that regional area alone. Okay, this is just showing around the campus and Melbourne as a city by itself. For some reason, the audio isn't playing.
At Monash, you'll have the opportunity to meet like-minded people from around the world and become part of a large, diverse student community. And with access to Monash's huge range of amenities, you'll get to experience the best of what campus life has to offer. From social and sporting clubs to special interest groups, there's something for everyone. At Monash, we'll teach you how to think, not what to think. Our academic staff are the best in their fields. They're committed to making sure students are empowered to be creative, engaged, responsible, ethically focused, and accomplished communicators.
You have access to lecturers and industry professionals who are at the forefront of technology and the forefront of their industries.
At Monash, you have the chance to participate in a range of international internships, study tours and exchange programs. You'll be part of a huge multicultural student body, allowing you to immerse yourself in different cultures and become a global thinker. With campuses and teaching locations in Australia, Malaysia, China, India and Italy, and exchange programs at over 100 partnering institutions in 30 countries around the world, your international opportunities are endless at Monash. Benefit from the extra choices that come with studying at Australia's largest university. With a huge range of double degrees and flexible electives to choose from, you'll be given the tools to build a degree that's unique to your needs.
You feel just connected in a way, like you're part of a really big, it's not just prestigious, but it's a uni that's wanting to make change.
Much of what you learn comes from the brilliant people around you. And at Monash you can be sure that you're surrounded by people who are going to push you and make you learn new things just by being with them.
There were moments at Monash where I think, nah, I wouldn't participate in that, I wouldn't do that. But the opportunity was there and there were people around me who, encouraged me. I can be a part of something bigger than what I thought I could be.
You'll leave Monash with a greater sense of purpose, a global outlook, and the skills and confidence to make a positive change to your own life and to the lives of those around you. When you choose Monash, you can be sure you'll be studying at one of the top universities in the world.
About Monash. I think I have a question now. Please don't answer, just like that, if you can raise the hand. So, what jumps when it walks and sits when it stands? Take a guess. But yeah, do raise your hand. Yeah? That was the right answer. So yes, it's a kangaroo. And I don't have too many gifts, but yes. Okay, about Monash, we were established in the year 1958. We're a member of the Group of 8. Do you know what a Group of 8 means? Okay, have you heard of the Ivy League universities in the US? Right? So there is Russell Group in UK and there is Group of 8 in Australia. So 8 universities in Australia that are ranked really high in the world. We're also the largest one in Australia, 4 different campuses, all in Melbourne. We are based in 4 international locations. We have a tie-up with IIT Mumbai as well, where quite a bit of research happens. We have about, this is a couple of years old, I think. We're about 80,000 students now at Monash. We're ranked 58th in the world as a university. Okay, course portfolio, how for undergrad students, we mainly have comprehensive courses and specialist courses. So something like a BCom or a computer IT, Bachelor of IT, would be a comprehensive course where you do, in your first 2 years, you do the major subjects, and in the last year you specialize in something that you are interested in. A specialist degree would be, if you can give me an example.
Honors in psychology.
Psychology honors, yes, because right from the beginning you focus on psychology. Are you interested in psychology?
Yeah, I am.
And then you have double degrees. Can someone tell me what are double degrees? We're talking about undergrad courses only. Anybody? Okay, so 2 undergrad degrees. So a lot of students may not be from India, but at Monash we have a lot of students who are not very sure about what they want to do in their undergrad level, or they are probably interested in 2 areas. So for example, it could be arts and say business. So they want to do both the undergrad degrees simultaneously. Instead of completing it separately and you will finish it in 6 years, you finish both the degrees in 4 years. So those are the double degrees, and we have quite a few options there. To different faculties that we have, 10 different faculties, you'll be able to find most of the courses that you're looking for. What's the most popular one for the science students? Engineering? Medicine? Okay. Anything else? What about IT, computer science? Engineering? What about the law and commerce? CA, obvious options. Right. Okay. So we do have quite a few options, so you don't have to necessarily, most of them don't have a prerequisite, except for business. You need to have maths in your 11th and 12th. Okay, but you can sort of look at other options as well. Okay, next question. In which Australian city would you find the Opera House? And give it to all, guys. Okay, to you. Okay. Yeah. That was an easy one, right? Okay, I'm just going to take you through a few courses that we offer. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, so we have art, design and architecture, we have arts, we have the Monash Business School. For art, design and architecture, design is an area that's growing. If students are looking at IT, you could also look at design as an option. Arts, being from Calcutta, I would hope that you guys are interested in arts. And we do have the Monash Business School, which is pretty popular. We're ranked 13th in the world. 30th, which means I wish we were 13th, but not yet. We also have a Triple Crown accreditation. So all the courses at Monash Business School are recognized in the US, UK and in Europe. All the courses at the business school need maths as a prerequisite. For architecture, design, no prerequisite. So you can be from any background and still choose to do it. What's criminology? Is it an art? Yes. So, criminology, like forensic sciences. So very similar to psychology, but that's just studying criminal psychology. It's also an area that's growing. So if anybody is interested in psychology, that's another option that you can go for instead of doing 4 years of general psychology. Every faculty at Monash offers a study grant, which is like a bursary. So art design offers $8,000. Business again offers $8,000. Arts offers $5,000. So these are the ways. It's mainly for Indian students and a few other South Asian countries that they offer it through. Okay, the most popular one, I guess, for engineering. So we have a 4-year degree in engineering. You could combine it to do masters as well, and that will be a 5 years integrated. You have options from aerospace, chemical. Anybody interested in aerospace? No? What are your interests? Sorry? Mechanical, electrical, nobody? So what is it? Oh, wow. Right, okay. So if you guys are interested, we do have a scholarship of $10,000 per year. It's a 4-year course. But the first year will be generic. From your second year, you start specializing in any of the areas. The ones that are growing are aerospace, mechatronics, so your whole robotics is all a part of that. It's pretty popular. Electrical, mechanical. IT. What about interest in IT? No? What about your guys? None of them. Wow. Okay, so we do offer Bachelor of Computer Science and Bachelor of IT, where both engineering and IT, we have a co-op program or say industry-based learning as part of your course itself, where you do a 6 months internship and it's paid. For the rest, there are internships, unfortunately not paid, but engineering and IT do have a paid internship. And students do get absorbed by these companies once they finish their course. What about law? Yes? Okay, for law, it's a 4-year course that we offer, and you We do offer a scholarship. Last year we had a student who got a 50% scholarship for law. So it could be anything. So any course that you apply, you can apply for scholarships as well. But no prerequisites again for law. And that's also an area that's growing. Medicine? Nobody interested in medicine? Biomedical science, biotechnology, medicine. No? So you'll probably be able to find biochemistry under science, not necessarily under medicine. But if you're looking at medicine, sorry guys, I just have to rush. For medicine, the requirement is 90% from a CBSE. Then you have to take something called the ISAT, which is on 200 and you need a minimum score of 170. Then you make an application to Monash. Okay, and you're ranked with other students. And if you're selected, you're invited for an interview in either Malaysia or Hong Kong. And then you can be a part of the medicine. It's a 5-year. Okay, so there is also Monash College, which is a pathway course where, say you do not meet the eligibility for Monash University directly, you can come via Monash College. So you could do a first year of diploma leading to the second year of undergrad degree, whichever you choose. So sometimes students don't have their maths as a prerequisite for business, so they usually come from Monash College and then get into Monash University. It is a part of Monash, but it's just a pathway to Monash. So we do have support facilities which are on-campus accommodation, under 18. So when you're an under 18 student going abroad, there are quite a bit of formalities that have to be done. So we do support you with that. Homestay arrangements, off-campus accommodation, academic assistance, medical, and of course counseling. Okay, so what are the things that you need other than your degree once you graduate for you to find a job? What are the things you think you would need?
Exposure.
Exposure? Placement, yes, but that's for you to find a job. But what are the skills?
Work experience.
Communication, right? Work experience. Anybody else? Irrespective where you go, which university you study, even if you're studying in India, don't limit yourself just to the course that you're studying. Every employer is starting to look at what more you've done other than just your undergrad degree. So take up presentations, even if it is a part-time job, please do that. Especially when you're looking at foreign education, they do look at what more you've done other than just your undergrad degree, So if you are, you are 11th and 12th, so get yourself involved in community work, because those are the things that really help your, when you're applying for scholarships, it makes you different.
The winning prize goes to Pranal Lakhan from RBK.
Just today, and I'm extremely jet lagged. I can explore the entire campus, this entire set of courses that Monash has to offer just by walking around. It's been amazing. An important stepping stone in any successful career is the perfect university, the ideal university, and Monash just goes beyond that.
As a physics teacher, I've been teaching quantum mechanical tunneling and everything all my life, but I actually saw it happen. A simple thing like what is plasma, I could always explain it to them, but I'd never seen it myself, except in, of course, video animations and things like that. So seeing all that was really an eye-opener for me, I kind of wish I could become a student once again and retake these courses.
Across this week, I think the #1 experience has to have been the Cave 2 at the Clayton campus in information technology. It was interesting to know this is one of the few in the world, in all of the world, to actually have this sort of setup. It's beyond amazing.
रहेगा मैंने जो 4 दिन में जो कैंपस में जो देखा है तो लाइक बहुत ही सेफ लगा कि इवन अकेला भी हो रात को एक राउंड लगा के आया तो मुझे लाइक ऐसे लगा कि नहीं यहाँ पे सेफ है.
Just having a tiny glimpse of the facilities, I just think it's such a conducive environment. It has so much of bustling activity going on coming from the IB. It's an interesting extension to what we already have in school, a respect for international culture.
The IB program has academic rigor, it's got inquiry-based learning, but what the IB focuses on basically is developing certain skills in students. So while they want them to be critical thinkers, they want them to be knowledgeable, they want them to be inquirers, at the same time it wants them to be caring, to be balanced, to be able to have a life beyond just studies, to be innovators. So that is the beauty of the program.
It's just really cool to see, to have a glimpse of what one of the best universities has to offer right when I'm in high school.
So we're basically conducting a competition for finding a solution for Maharashtra's pollution, and Pranav, represented one of the schools in Mumbai, and he won the competition. So it was an online competition. You come up with a video and a solution, and then he basically won it, and he went to Melbourne, and he's studying at Monash now. Okay, if there is last question, if there
Sama.
Yes, seriously. I didn't forget. About scholarships, like I mentioned, there are 2 kinds of scholarships. One is the International Leadership Scholarship, which is a 100% fee waiver. The other one is Merit Scholarship, which is $10,000 per year that we offer. Other than this, every faculty offers study grants or scholarship. So you don't need to, when it comes to faculty based, you don't need to apply for it separately. It'll depend on your grades in your 11th and 12th. For the International Merit and Leadership, you will have to apply for it once you get an offer from Monash. Okay? So the requirement for an application. So we accept CBSE and IC of very few state board, but most of the requirements would range between 80% to 90% in terms of your scores when you're looking at CBSE or IC. You don't necessarily need to take an English test, for example IELTS, TOEFL or PTE. You can apply without it and you'll still get an offer from us without it. But it's better that you take one of them, mainly when you're applying for your visa. Yeah. Okay, anybody wants to know what's the fee like? I know it's up there, but okay, we have 2 intakes. Mainly, most of the courses are offered in Feb and July. Very few just in Feb. For example, your medicine is offered only in February. Architecture is offered only in February. But across faculties, most of them in Feb and July. Tuition fee ranges between 30 to 45,000, and you basically deduct your scholarship, so it comes to about 30,000 plus per year. Again, like I said, as a student, you can work part-time in Australia. Unlike the US, where you have to work within the campus, in Australia, you can work outside campus and you can work 40 hours a fortnight. Okay. They pay you fairly well in terms of a minimum wage. It's about $17 per hour, nothing else. And also the advantage is the post-study work. Process for an application. Of course, the best thing to do would be you can apply directly, or you can get in touch with me as well if you would like to make an application to Monash. Good time to apply for a July intake because you all graduate around what, May, when you finish your exams?
The results come out in May, but the exams get over in April.
Okay. Do you get something called the predictive scores based on your pre-board results? You do get your pre-board results.
Yeah, but no prediction as such, but we do have pre-board.
So you can apply with your pre-board scores so that you're not waiting, especially if you're an under 18 student and you're turning 18 only after August the following year. It's better that you apply early. So sometime around Jan, so say you graduate, what are we in? We're in October. So say next year, July, any of you in 12, you'll probably, the intake is in July. So if you're applying for the July, apply sometime in Jan with your predictive scores. You don't need to wait for your final results because then you're sort of cutting it too short. Paying and accepting the offer, yes, you need to pay the first semester fee and then you get something called the certificate of enrollment and then you apply for the visa. Okay. I think I'm almost done. Any questions?
Yeah. What is the basic difference between a study grant and a scholarship?
Okay, a scholarship is every year and it's based on your academics plus the extracurricular that you've done. A study grant is mainly based on your academics and it's just the first year. Yeah, it's more like a bursary. You deduct, it's like a discount that you get. But Monash has quite a few scholarships and grants. Okay, anybody have a question at the back? Or were you not able to hear me? Okay, so no, I was just talking about we have the difference between a study grant and a scholarship. A grant is just a one-time waiver, so a bursary of sorts, where it's a discount from your first semester fee. Scholarship is every year, provided you, of course, meet the requirement every year. So it's about 70% that you'll have to have. But then it goes on for the 4 years of study that you're doing, or 3 years. Any other questions? Nothing. So would any of you consider Australia at all? Well, it can be no. I mean, it doesn't have to be yes. We do get quite a few students from DPS, Kolkata. We've had a few, I think, even last year from DPS, from your school. So, which is why I wanted to come and visit the school as well. So, it'll be good for me to just also speak about Monash and introduce myself. But if you have any questions, I have a few flyers there, and I'll also leave out a few of my cards. But in case you want to make an application or any other queries, you can get in touch with Anuradha ma'am, or drop me an email directly. Yeah? Thanks guys, thanks a lot for staying in, and